Okay, hi guys. Welcome to week 4. We are talking about having a growth mindset and how that translates into being a learner. And learner is one of the ISTE standards, as you guys looked at last week. But before we get to that, I want to talk about what growth mindset really is. It is all about how you approach challenges and what you feel like your abilities allow you to do. So, someone with a fixed mindset would say, I only have the gifts that I've been given. I can't really develop those anymore. Am limited by my ability. And when they address challenges, when the challenges come their way, they have a really hard time knowing how to address those because they don't feel like they can learn how to deal with it. They just have to have those abilities already. But a person with the growth mindset, they think that challenges are an opportunity to grow. They see hurdles as things to go over and not try to get around. They want to learn. They invite feedback. They think it is constructive to them and it'll help them in the future. And so this person likes to learn new things. So being a learner is connected to having a growth mindset. So what can this look like in the classroom? Teachers have to have a growth mindset to try new things, and that for a lot of us is how we think about technology integration, is trying those new things. And we get scared because sometimes they don't work. We know technology has issues, but if you have a growth mindset, then you can deal with those and learn from them. But it's also important for students, for teachers to model that growth mindset and help them understand that challenges are opportunities for them to grow and that the teacher will support them in that growth. And I think about, if you get an F on a test, when's the last time that was celebrated? But if you have a growth mindset as the teacher, you can look at that student and say, where's the disconnect? Where's the student not understanding? Is it my teaching, or should I be using different methods? Should I be using different manipulatives or tools? And for that student, you need to be able to come alongside them and support them and help them understand that they can overcome that challenge and learn. And so there are lots of ways that teachers are teaching the growth mindset in the classroom and celebrating this. And I will put this on the resources for today. But if you explore growth mindset on Twitter, it's really interesting to see how teachers are posting about growth mindset in their classroom. A lot of very inspirational quotes. They are like, here's a 6th grade class focusing on encouraging others on their end of the year exams. Lots of quotes. So here's one who posts something about mind shift, the growth mindset on mind shift. Here's motivational methods or messages, sorry. So just a lot of really inspirational stuff that teachers are posting about if you want to look at those. But here's some questions that can nurture a growth mindset in students. So about how hard they tried, what was a mistake that you learned from, those kinds of things are really important. So if we're talking about the ISTE standards and we're talking about being a learner, this very first one talks about continually improving your practice. And you really do have to have a growth mindset to be able to do that, to set professional goals, to explore these different things that you were not used to, but it's all to improve student learning. And that's really important. So you need to stay up to date on research and pursue those different professional interests that you have, and even open your minds up to doing something totally new that you'd never thought about before. And that is one thing we'll talk about this week as you develop your professional learning network. So this is really funny. I thought I saw this at a presentation one time and I asked the person if I could use it. And this was teacher learning before Google. BG is before Google. So before the internet, there was one expert, and that expert poured into the teacher, right? So it might be the teacher standing in front of the classroom in their teacher prep program. It might be the one expert at the conference that was talking about this new thing. It could be a researcher that they had a connection with that told them specific things, but it was really a one-way thing. But really, post-Google, we have what we call a professional learning network. And this quote from Trust, Kreka, and Carpenter, I thought really exemplified what a professional learning network really is: a uniquely personalized, and that's really important, system of interactions among people, resources, and tools that support ongoing learning and holistic professional growth. In other words, it's everything that helps you learn, and it's very personal to you. So my PLN will look different from my Dr. Bryant's PLN or another colleague's PLN. So it's whatever helps me learn. So the people and the resources, the websites, the documents, the research studies, the textbooks, whatever it is, and then tools also. So it includes all these things that help me support my ongoing learning. And so here is just a picture that exemplifies just a lot of different things. I mean, Twitter, podcasts, websites, blogs, videos, online resources, curriculum, documents that you have in your school, even people in your family, your colleagues. I mean, there's just so many things. But why do we even really need a PLN? One of the things that teachers used to say, and some might even still say, is that teaching is a very isolated profession, but it really doesn't need to be that anymore. You have access to so many different things that you can make use of for your own learning. And so really there's no excuse for feeling isolated anymore. And so 10 reasons why you should have a PLN. So you can find great resources, you can share. And so that makes you have connections. It makes you feel supported. Number 3, you can follow amazing educators in their blogs. And we will do that when we do the Building Your PLN lesson or assignment. And you will find all of these very helpful, open educators who just want to share their experiences with other people to help support them. Number 4, there it is, get support when needed. Number 5, make international connections. We will actually talk about global collaboration projects a little bit later on in the semester, and they're really, really neat to kind of break down those classroom walls for your students and get them connected as well. Flatten your classroom walls. That's what I just talked about. Collaborate globally. Find round-the-clock inspiration. Anytime you need it, it's just in time. Job-embedded professional development. So you can go at any time, get answers to your questions. You don't have to wait for a sit-down workshop to do that. Learn the latest trends in education. You stay current with research, and you never run out of ideas for new things to try with your students, and you never get bored. I like to change things up because I get bored if I do the same thing over and over and over, and your students do too. And so this will help them to stay engaged and just stay on top of the things that they're doing in your classroom. And so here's my PLN, and I probably need to update this a little bit. This isn't everything, but I get information from the leadership team that I'm a part of through ISTE, the Teacher Education Network. I also have social bookmarking through Buffer. I go to conferences, this ILA 2017. I'm going again this year in 2018. I get ideas there. I network with people. I am a part of a lot of Google Plus communities where I get ideas. I follow and tweet regularly on Twitter. I have an RSS feeder called Feedly, and you guys will learn about that here in a little bit. And I also get information just sent to my email through different journals, online journals. One is Tech and Learning, Daily News. I just get a daily email that kind of gives me an overarching idea of what's going on in the tech world each day. And so I know this sounds like a lot, but as we go through, it'll be important for you as an educator to start building up your professional learning network so you can stay on top of changes within as you go throughout your career.